Does your mind have a life independent of you? I mean, you can be without your mind, at least the psychological mind, but it cannot be without you. So it's important to judge which is the greater, which is the most enduring, which is the most stable, most true. And what can stop you? You say, I would like to be able to stay in the heart all the time. What stops you?
It feels like conditioning, or just feels like conditioning, or
fine,
something.
okay. What is the highest, the most powerful conditioning? Conditioning of all conditionings.
Identity. Identity.
And the body. That's probably the biggest. Number one.
It's true. Identity is a earliest conditioning. I am this. I am my conditioning. Whatever programming there is in that I call myself, I am this body. Why? Because all through your life it continues. Through everything that happens, it is saying, I did this, I think this, I want this, I need this. This I. And no one question it. Your parents don't question it. Your friends don't question it. Your brothers and sisters don't question it. Politicians don't question it. The king and queen of your country don't question it. The priest doesn't question. Nobody question it. You don't question it. And yet all problems are springing out of that. Isn't it strange? Or have we not seen this actually? Perhaps that is the thing. It has not been brought to our attention in a striking enough way that we cannot refute it. Because even sometimes in hearing something that not someone else has to prove for you, but in your own self you can look and say, you know what? I can't fault this pointing. And could you come to such a place wherein your mind, in its psychological obsessions and its attacks upon you, just completely are broken? The mind, the psychological mind, insecure mind, egoic mind, cannot, as I said, it cannot attack or intimidate the pure self. It can only do this to the false self. It can only do this to your self-image, to your personality self-image, or to the idea we have of who we are. I wonder if we really are beginning to grasp the profundity of what I'm speaking about. Because the fact that it is overlooked, it is not recognized, is a guarantee for suffering to perpetuate. And yet there is such a strong resistance in us to even look like that. Even something just shuts off. Don't even go there. We're not even going to talk about that. Like this psychological identity is this belief in oneself as being this. It's like the biggest mafia in the whole universe. You become a member even without joining. And you don't escape so easy. Now and again, one fish breaks out of the net and swims out into the ocean. Because how many beings have you met who never have a problem? Everybody have a problem. If you don't have a current problem, you still have an old problem that is playing as being current problem. You see? And everyone is looking for solutions to their problem, their individual problem, their domestic problem, your romantic problem, your spiritual problem, your mental problem. It's like problems is that the mantra of our egoic mind. And yet I'm pointing you to something, you see. Because you said, please, I want out. I want out. And I keep telling you, you mean in. The password to this great game of existence is, I am this body. Press enter. And we're in. You don't even remember pressing enter. We're into this. This is me, that is you. I like this lot, I don't like them. I want to be, I don't want to be. I wish, I want, I need, I hope, I think, I believe, I was, I will be. And it goes on and on and on. You go to bed as I. Wake up and enter I. And it goes on and on and on. And I'm pointing you to the one thing that has been missed. Generation after generation. It is missed. Because we're busy searching into the pots of the mind, looking at more things around the corner and under the stone and in the cave on top of the mountain and on the pilgrimage. But you miss this. Who is I? We don't question. Who are you? We question. But who am I? Nobody question. Because all are living under the great delusion, the great assumption. I am me. Yeah, but me is what? And even in the realm of spirituality, it goes on. Now I'm meditating 5 hours a day. I can stand, on one foot, on one toe, 5 years I've been doing it. Yeah, so what? So what? You are free? What accomplishment can a human being make to come out of this trap of identity? So I want to get out of the trap. But the I itself is the trap. But for whom? You see? It's a tongue twister, a mind twister. But if you catch it, if you somehow catch it, and we can, the whole superstructure of ill-conceived notions about the self will begin to dismantle. And it won't take long. You ask a question, profound question. I want to be this. I want to be this all the time. I want to stay here because something has had a glimpse. I've had a glimpse. What was that glimpse? That glimpse is what? When I was not. I was not there. I as me was not there. And when I am not there, everything is beautiful. When this I is not there, somehow, paradoxically, unexpectedly, mystically, everything is fine. But yet there's a fierce resistance to look into what I is. Something feels threatened. I'm going to lose, I'm going to die, I'm going to be suffocated, I'm going to lose my freedom. So there's a lot of bogeymen in the way, a lot of taboos, a lot of fears. And so we go on, the game goes on, life after life, birth after birth, womb after womb, it goes. What keeps it going? Maybe if it was put to you, have you understood the question you're asking? I want to be free. Do you know what free means? What it means to be free? We say, I want to be free, but free of what? And what do you want to be free? What it means to be free for you? Something you've heard or read in a book, what it means to be free. What is freedom? We're all here under the notion, waving the flag, I want to be free. What is free? What is freedom?
My sense is that it's is non-self-identified, not referring back to some identity.
To be empty of all notions, including the notion of your own self. To experience that, there's no philosophy in freedom, actually, in truth. Meaning that something you have to keep on believing or thinking. It's not an idea, it's not the most excellent concept. It is beyond concept. You are beyond concept. Your personality is full of concepts. What is the difference? If it is put like that as a question, the most direct I can tell you, as long as you are there, truth will not be there, will not be found. The truth is there. I think truth is the only thing there. But as long as the sense of I as me, as my person, is here, the truth seems obscure, eclipsed, hidden, distant, remote, unreal even, abstract, fantasy. And yet it is the only stable thing. We believe in ourselves now. The trouble is, this self is personal. You believe in yourself, but the trouble is, it's personal. It's never stable. It's rarely happy, inconsistent, unreliable. But it's meant to be so, actually, for a while. Because without there being the ego, there could never have been a Christ, or a Buddha, or a Muhammad, or a Mahavira, or a Ramana Maharshi, or Ananda Mahima. Without the ego, they could never have been. Because they represent transcendence over ego. And if there was no ego, there's no transcendence. And if there is no transcendence, there's no Christ. There's no Buddha. There's no you, there's no me. You will understand this thing.